Coming up on Cav Country, we'll see how troops are helping Iraqi children in need. Hi everybody, I'm PFC Ashley Torres and welcome to Cav Country. Today we're going to show you who could help you if your vehicle breaks down, and we'll also take you to an Iraqi Army graduation ceremony. But first, mortars are a constant threat to soldiers deployed to Iraq. Army Private John Kano shows us how 10th Mountain Division troops take away the possibility of that threat in the heart of Yusufia, Iraq.
From a village in the eastern part of the Yusufia province, terrorists have been launching mortars onto Iraqi and coalition forces in the surrounding areas. Soldiers from Alpha Battery, 2nd Battalion, 15th Field Artillery Regiment, and soldiers from the 4th Brigade, 6th Iraqi Army Division air assaulted into the village, then proceeded to cordon and search the entire area.
Today's mission was to go exploit a suspected mortar cache and try and locate and capture or kill a AIF mortar team. Apparently, information from some F-16s had seen a mortar team fire in that vicinity, and an egress into the village that we just searched.
The Iraqi soldiers are slowly taking the lead from the coalition forces. They lead the searches and talk to the local citizens for more information. Reporting for the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division, from Yusufia, Iraq, I'm Army Private John Kano.
Camp Taji, Iraq is the home to a basic training camp for the Iraqi Army. Just like American soldiers, when it comes time to graduate, it's also a time to celebrate.
Over 500 Iraqi Army recruits graduated from basic training at Camp Taji at the end of November. The recruits were all from the town of Taji and other surrounding communities north of Baghdad. Iowa Congressman Steve King made an impromptu visit to the ceremony to congratulate the graduates.
This is something we don't see in the news back in the United States, because what happens when you see the Iraqis stepping up to defend Iraqis, but they now are a greater number than American troops are and coalition troops are here in this country, and they're doing their job and they're taking casualties more severely than we are.
These graduates will form the nucleus of a new brigade being formed over the next 5 months. Army Sergeant Rick Lewis, 1st Cavalry Division, Camp Taji, Iraq.
Okay, picture this. You're driving around Iraq in your tactical vehicle, minding your own business, and bam! All of a sudden the thing stops working, and you can't call AAA since Baghdad's out of their towing area. So what do? Well, Specialist Scott Patillo has the answer, and it's quite simple.
Soldiers of the 1st Battalion, 8th Cavalry Regiment depend on their vehicles to keep them alive. Whether the vehicle is a tank, a Bradley, or an up-armored Humvee, soldiers depend on them for their safety. Which means the soldiers of 1-8 Cav also depend on the mechanics of their Fox company. When 1-8 arrived in Rustamaya, only 25% of their vehicles were combat ready. In 3 weeks' time, the mechanics moved that number to 95%. While getting the job done fast is important, getting the job done right takes top priority.
If I don't do proper maintenance on a vehicle, then it might break down in a sector, which those guys can get in a firefight and it breaks down, they all get killed, it's on us. So it's kind of important we do a proper job.
A mechanic's job includes more than just repairing equipment. They perform basic checks and services as well as recovery missions. Whatever their duties may be, the mechanics of Fox Company 1-8 Cav are keeping the Cav rolling every day. Reporting from Rustamaya, I'm Specialist Scott Patillo, 7th MPAD.
Coming up, get the latest news around Baghdad with the Baghdad Update. Plus, we'll meet some service members who are taking time out of fighting the war to spend time with Iraqi children. But first, this.
Hello everyone, I'm Command Sergeant Major Philip Johndrell, Command Sergeant Major of the 1st Cavalry Division. We will do our utmost to keep you informed of the great things our troopers are doing over here. On television, with Cav Country, which airs on the local PBS channel there in Killeen, and on the Commander's Access channel on Fort Hood as part of Fort Hood on Track. We'll also have a robust presence on our division website with video, photo, and print news updates almost daily. And it's all there with the click of your computer mouse.
Negligent discharge. It could cause you embarrassment, it could get you in trouble, it could get you killed. Clear your weapon properly. Remember, you can save your own life.
Hello, I'm Army Sergeant Holly Jensen, and this is the Baghdad Update. As the sun rose above the horizon, the 1st Iron Horse Brigade Combat Team, 1st Cavalry Division, officially took command in the Taji region of Iraq, with the commencement ceremony of the transfer of authority. During the event, Colonel Paul E. Funk, the Iron Horse Brigade Commander, and Command Sergeant Major Stanley Small, the Brigade Senior Non-Commissioned Officer, attached the first streamer onto the brigade colors as the soldiers of the 1st Raider Brigade and Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division, case their colors and begin their journey home to Fort Hood, Texas. If you think you've heard it all, then think again. The guys from Alpha Company, 299th Forward Support Battalion, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division, devised a new method to recover disabled Stryker vehicles, and they can do it in under 10 minutes, dispelling the myth that a Stryker cannot be recovered with a heavy equipment transport vehicle, or HET. They practice what they preach and run through war game scenario drills. And finally, entertainment was the name of the game when the Harlem Globetrotters stopped at Camp Liberty on their 2006 World Tour. Alley-oops, trick plays, and crowd participation were all in the playbooks for the soldiers in attendance. Showtime, Paul Gaffney sat in the stands with the soldiers to hide from the defense and take a much-needed water break. And Showbiz Matt Jackson entertained soldiers sitting on the sidelines. And that's the Baghdad Update. Back to you, Private Torres.
Thanks, Sergeant Jensen. Finally, people are used to seeing soldiers on a battlefield. But recently, Specialist Jennifer Rux found some soldiers who were taking time out to play on a playground. Take a look.
The Civil Military Operations Center is a U.S. military medical treatment center for Iraqis. The staff is made up mostly of volunteers.
This out here is civil military operations at the grassroots level. We interface and interact with the people that live in the Radwania area, and we just are pleased that we can be of some assistance to these fine people.
The small but modest center has several examination rooms and a playground in the back. Service members volunteer their time and energy mainly to play with the sick children. They also bring in donated goodies, which is a highlight of the day for the Iraqi children. Receiving a simple item of clothing or a small toy lights up their little faces for the rest of their visit.
Things that we do out here, and it's probably the greatest morale booster that you can run into, is that soldier that might have kids or relatives at home that are that age, and they can just interact with them, and they can they can have a little fun time with them for 2 or 3 hours in their hectic schedule over here. It's something you can't put a price on.
For the last 16 months, the center has treated about 170 Iraqi people per week. The clinic is operating so well, the hope is to one day have more facilities to give basic medical care to more Iraqi families. Specialist Jennifer Rooks, 7th MPAD, Camp Liberty, Iraq.
Well, that does it for Cav Country this week. Tune in next week when we show you how WWE wrestlers say thanks to the troops. And no, it's not by going, but you'll have to watch next week to find out. Thanks for watching.